Hello Western 321. My name is Zach and I'll be your instructor for these last 5.5 weeks. We'll be completely online, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. It's a bit of an experiment, but hopefully we have fun and make it work. Things you should know about me. I've been at Miami forever in one capacity or another. I was an undergrad, a grad student, worked part-time and full-time in the English department for a decade. And now I've been with Western for 5.5 years. I'm the program coordinator and advisor. Primary role is academic advising, but I also do a little bit of teaching here and there. I will be teaching the screenwriting workshop through English in the spring, for example. You might be asking yourself, what is the Western program? What is Western, and hence Western 321? And why is Western on the southeastern side of campus? All good questions. I'm not going to answer all of them. What the Western program is the individualized studies major, which is the create your own major. But the idea is that it is a blend of interdisciplinary core courses and individualized coursework that then are combined to create a path of study that is integrated for the individual student. You don't need to know any of that, but there you go in case you were curious. As for this class, we'll be looking at Watchmen, which is a graphic novel. Technically it's a trade paperback, a collection of individual issues of a mini series of comics, 12 issues that have been collected together into one work. You can get the individual comics if you want to, but for our purposes the trade paperback is sufficient. But anyway, it's a graphic work. Alan Moore's a bit of a crazy person. David Gibbons went along with him. Anyway, Watchmen is a deconstruction of the superhero genre. It is a critique, not quite satire, but it's approaching those lines, but it's very much a critique of the expectations and foundations of the genre. So depending on how much you know or don't know, we'll be looking at that a little bit. But the big idea is what makes a superhero, why would someone be a superhero, and ultimately questions such as good versus evil, and what is the distinction and how do we make those judgments, right? Truth versus fiction. These big ideas sort of boil down into impossible to answer questions, okay? And we will be deconstructing this deconstruction of the superhero genre from various disciplinary perspectives. So to an extent, you'll be bringing your own disciplinary perspective and expertise to this as you break it down. Most of the class will be based on your own reactions and responses and interpretations of the text based on different perspectives, such as anthropology, psychology, business, journalism, history, political science, theater, fashion, science, almost anything, okay? So that's the plan anyway. Beyond that, other things you should know. Watchmen is very dependent on ideas of intertextuality and the integration of those texts into it to create a greater depth of meaning. So if you pick up on a number of the different thematic materials and relevance and interpretations and meanings of the different texts that are referenced, then that'll provide a deeper sense of understanding of the text itself. But that also lends itself to what we're doing in the sense of an interdisciplinary exploration and analysis of Watchmen. The class will largely be driven by discussion posts, hopefully creating a sense of community and interaction and engagement between each of you and myself. I will also make myself available daily for an hour. You are welcome to come to each of those things. I'll provide Zoom links. But you don't have to come every day. You are expected to see me at least once a week. And if you can't make any of those times, then we will figure it out and do something via email, probably. We'll see how it goes. But I have a variety of times, hopefully that works out. Beyond that, there will be a few quizzes and a short paper and a group project and a final project. All of this is in the syllabus. If you have any questions, always email me. Communication is the biggest thing that could possibly be important in terms of not just this class, but I would argue any of your undergraduate classes, if you are in communication, voicing concerns, raising issues, wanting to engage and get more out of it, making sure you're not missing anything, etc. Ultimately, most of this class is going to come down to you and your engagement. You will get out of this as much as you put into it. Ultimately, I'm here as a facilitator and a guide. I will do my best to answer questions, ask interesting questions of you, and get you to think about things from different perspectives, but largely it'll be based on how much you connect and engage the material and how much you want to engage and connect with the rest of us in the class. That's about as much as I think you need to know at this point. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and hopefully this goes well. Thanks.